everybody, Jason here at Body Mastered. Today we're going to talk about the shoulder equalizer. This is the next video of the Plateau Conquer, and we're going to really help you bust through those issues that you're having with your training with regards to shoulders. Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about the shoulders. And it's such an important muscle group, because if you get some big shoulders, you're going to create a sort of V-shaped body, and you're going to it's the most prominent part of the upper body. Also, if you look after your shoulders, you will be able to train for longer. You need your shoulders. Your shoulders are involved in nearly every single movement. If you're working on the chest, maybe not so much on the legs, but arms, back, your shoulders involved. If you have a healthy shoulder, it will support you in everything, and also it's the most likely joint that can go wrong. So make sure your shoulders are really getting the attention you need in your training. I'm going to give you 4 plateau busting techniques for the shoulders. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the shoulder microset. Ever think about the lateral raise, which really actually creates that sort of 3D look of the shoulder, and it looks at the mid delts. We're going to concentrate on that now, and there's a really important plateau technique that I like to call the microset, which is really great. I'll show you now. The great thing with a microset is once you finish your actual set and you've done all the repetitions and you're fatiguing, you can't lift anymore, put the weights down, wait for about 10 to 15 seconds, pick them back up and do a little micro set, and keep doing that. And you're already adding so much more fatigue, and the blood's going to be rushing in there, and it's going to cause a pump, which we know also contributes to muscle growth. It's going to create a really blood-thirsty environment in there, and it's going to cause molecular stress, and exactly what you need to make improvements in your shoulder. Okay, the next plateau busting technique, and we talk about this all the time, is the eccentric stimulation. Is another great one when it comes to the shoulders. I'm going to give you some examples here. You've got the military press, you can use this, or even the sit down overhead press position. So when you're maybe on the last set, lift that up and then slowly go down on the eccentric portion, the lowering portion, and you will really stimulate some deep fibers that you've never stimulated before. And remember, you can do the eccentric at the end of your set, because you can, on the eccentric lowering portion, you are stronger. You can actually lift more weight, probably more than what you can do when you're doing the concentric phase. So take advantage of that. Maybe have it in this position, have someone help you in that position, lower it, because you can't get it to yourself, lower it down really slowly, and let gravity help you to do that, and it will really stimulate some new growth. Next plateau busting move for the shoulders is the drop set, and this is quite a famous one, but again, for the shoulders it really works great. Start off with a heavy set and keep working your way down on the weights. So you might have to have some pre-weights ready. So you can do 3 of these in succession. Start off with a heavy weight and keep going down in your overall weight. Again, you can keep the set going longer. You can actually achieve more reps, more repetitions than you would have been able to manage usually, because you would have been fatigued. Okay, the last plateau busting method for the shoulders, guys, is the superset. Now, for the superset, it doesn't always have to be opposing muscle groups. It can actually be the same, but you're just changing the angle and just forcing overall blood within the shoulder. A great superset for the shoulders is tackling the side deltoid and the rear deltoid. Okay, and they respond really well to lateral raises for the side deltoid, and then rear raises, and I'll show you in a second, for the posterior. And it's really, don't forget about your rear deltoid, because you're going to end up with poor posture. Remember, anything you train at the front, you need to train at the back. Otherwise, you're not going to look right, and it's really unhealthy for your posture and your joints, and you could have issues such as shoulder impingement in the shoulders. So with this superset, start off with a lateral raise, and then have no rest time, and then go straight into the rear deltoid. Because you're hitting a slightly different part of the muscle, you should have the energy to carry on even with no rest to do that superset. Then after that superset, have a break, have a rest, and then move on and do it again for a good 4 sets. Okay everybody, that's all today. I hope that shoulder plateau busting techniques, they all work for you. Give them a try, they will make a difference, especially if you're starting to get a bit bored on your training when it comes to shoulders. The shoulders are great because you can touch them at all different angles, and they do respond to heavy weights and light weights, so you really got so much to play with when it comes to shoulders. We're going to carry on with these plateau series. We're going to touch a lot of different muscle groups, so keep in tune. Once again, if you like the video, please like it and help me out, and certainly subscribe, because you'll get in touch with new videos. Go to www.bodywaymaster.com, and if you subscribe to that website, you'll get access to all free resources, and we keep updating those all the time. So once again, thanks very much, and see you soon.